a random example. I use post-it notes. Now this is all in plastic, so they won't come off, but I can change them. So ignore what they're actually representing. That's not the important aspect here. And you can see, I ignore the 2 days as well, because if I'm ahead of my week, then I'm switching for these days, but that's not important. So again, you can write your own calendar of days across the top. You can put in things that are permanent for what you want to do. Because it's in plastic, you can use a China graph pen, which is a pen like this you can write on, and you can just wipe it off with a slightly damp piece of kitchen towel. So you could plan in that way. So for example, post a video. You might want to post something very specific, so you can write on top with China graph pen. So this is another way of making a semi-permanent but changeable planner without using pen and paper. Whiteboard is another way, and I use, as you can see, magnetic letters, but of course you're still going to be using pens, whiteboard pens. So that's a semi option to going paper free. But my most common way of doing my daily planner of things that I do all week is to use these letters. Now, if you're going to do that, obviously the top ones are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But the letters underneath are things I do on a regular basis, but not every day. For example, W for me is watering the garden. Now, at the moment, I'm watering every second day. But sometimes I forget, did I water yesterday or not? So I will water on Sunday because I did it today, which is Friday. So as soon as I finish, I don't need loads of the same letter, because obviously if I water at the moment every other day, that would change days anyway on the next week because there's 7 days. So I watered today, so this was here today. But as soon as I've looked, I've done everything today, I've watered. So when will I water next? And it's already ready for Sunday. X, do write a key if you're going to do this, just in case you forget, until you get used to it. X is for exercise. Now again, I'm not putting them on every single day. I'm just using this one to represent, and when I've done Saturday, I will then move it forward to whatever day I want to exercise next. J, and as I say, I only have one of each letter I'm using, so you don't need to buy millions of magnets. J is do a job, do something progressive. Now, because I might have already thought of what job I'm going to do, I do have another whiteboard full of jobs to do where I can pick one. But tomorrow I specifically want to clear the dance studio. So if you do, then of course you could use a whiteboard pen and add that in if there's something specific later on. S is to do shorts on my YouTube channel. So again, when I've done my shorts tomorrow, I will just move it on to the next day that I want to remember to do shorts. If you're somebody like me who has problems remembering things, this works really well. You could actually fix this up for someone who has memory problems, and you could do that. Today, I haven't finished today's jobs to do. Letter N, and that is to narrate. Well, I'm actually filming this for you as my narration, so I have actually finished that, but I only do narration on a Friday, so that will stay there, and it's further down because I do it in the afternoon. So you could divide up mornings, afternoons, and so on and so forth. So this is a good idea for you. It's quite fun as well. It's quite fun. Oh, G is to do some Greek work, some Greek. And over here we have P, just in case you're curious what my letters are. P is to post videos on my YouTube channel, so Monday's the next day. And V is to make a video, so I need to make a video there. Now, if you don't like the idea of letters, or you don't want to do a great big key for everything, then what you can do is you can buy or make, these are magnetic words. Now, these came already with words on, but you can buy these or make them, and you could make your own words. So you could make your own words or draw pictures. So you could use this for children as well and draw pictures. So these are some ideas how you can make lists and plans without paper and pen. So no waste. If you do planning, let me know in the comments below how you plan. Do you like to buy an expensive planner? You could also do gardening plans as well. You could make plans. This again is another Greek language one. I was planning to use different books on different days, but you could do a plan like this for your garden. Obviously on paper this is, but you could do it on the board and work out your garden plan for what plants to sow, what seeds to sow, and so on and so forth. Remember at the beginning I did say about how you can progress to your dream goals. So work out, write a list as to what you need to do to reach your goal. Then break that up into much tiny segments, all the concepts of doing that. And then break that down again and start to add in how long you need to spend per day on the concepts and make it your goal. So I've got far more to tell you about planning and achieving goals, but that will follow in future videos. Do check out the links in the description below where there are previous videos about this so far. Finally, don't forget, whenever you're making lists of any kind, use lots of different highlighters, lots of different coloured pens, biros, and make your work fun and your charts fun by using lots of stickers. Don't wish for it, work for it. For my stationery, I had 2 pairs of scissors, and what I've done is this pair is a little bit old and gummy. I'm going to put this now in with my craft tools, and that will be just for when you cut out kind of gluey type messy things. The other pair I had, I've now put outside in the garden in a container to keep it dry, and that is for cutting string and things in the garden. So I needed to replace my scissors for clean stuff. So I got this pair of scissors. This pair of scissors were 79 cents. And I got that really for cutting my husband's hair. And this pair of scissors will be for clean crafts, so paper and general cutting, and this was 69 cents. So I'm going to show you where These are going, have you seen my craft tools? Let me show you those. So in my craft cupboard, these are old video cases, and I can write on the top in Chinograph what's in them. So any little cutouts, paper cutouts. So these are old video cases. These are old CD disc cases, little motifs and things on. I'm always using old video cases. These are tiny bits and pieces. And this is where I keep my tools for craft. Let's get it out so you can see clearly. Put all these stickers on. They were just random stickers, and I wanted to keep them, so I put them on there. And it's only recently I've decided to use it for this. I never knew what to use this for. It's had several uses, but nothing was quite right. So I've now put in all my tools for crafts. And I keep my paper clips for crafts separate from my normal ones, because again, these can sometimes be gluey when I hold things together. A little dish is always handy, just if you're working sequins. These are all my different tools. This is when you do transfers and you rub them down. A glue brush rather than a paint brush. I've got little children's scissors here. I had these as a child. They cut okay, but just for paper. A hook for rug making. Again, just when you're sorting out sequins. Tweezers. This is like a, oh, these are rub downs again, but finer ones. That's the craft knife, like cutting fine, hard. Different brushes and tools. All sorts of things. Mini screwdrivers, tweezers. So that is where those scissors are going to go. Back into the craft drawer.